Are you sure your nap isn't silently hurting you? It might sound surprising, but how seniors nap can say a lot about their long-term health and even their life expectancy. Doctors have long known that sleep plays a vital role in the body's recovery and repair. But new research reveals that certain nap habits, seemingly harmless ones, can slowly chip away at your health. Not just your energy, not just your memory, but your heart, your brain, and your ability to function independently. We're not talking about whether you nap or not. Many seniors benefit from short, refreshing naps, but the way you nap can add up to major consequences. Some increase the risk of cardiovascular events. Some confuse your brain's sleep cycle and worsen memory. Others quietly strain your digestion or blood sugar. And all of them are totally avoidable. So, in this video, we'll walk through each of the 5 nap mistakes older adults often make, sometimes without even realizing it, and we'll break down the science behind why they matter. You'll walk away not only informed, but more in control of your health and routine. And most importantly, you'll learn how to nap in a way that restores you, not risks you. If you're over 60 or care about someone who is, this video could be one of the most eye-opening ones you watch today. Let's get started. Number 1. Napping right after meals. It might feel comforting to lie down for a nap after a hearty lunch, but doing so might be quietly harming your body more than you realize. When we eat, especially heavier meals with carbohydrates or fat, our bodies immediately go to work digesting that food. This process requires coordinated effort from the stomach, pancreas, intestines, and liver. When you lie down too soon after eating, especially flat on your back, you're disrupting this natural rhythm. Gravity is no longer helping your digestive system. Instead, stomach acid can more easily travel upward into the esophagus, leading to heartburn, acid reflux, or even silent reflux that you don't notice until it damages your throat over time. For older adults, this becomes even more concerning. As we age, our lower esophageal sphincter, the small valve that keeps acid in the stomach, naturally weakens. That means acid reflux becomes more common, and with repeated exposure, it can irritate the lining of your throat or even lead to chronic inflammation. But there's more. Lying down after eating also reduces circulation to your brain and muscles. At a time when digestion is already demanding a lot of blood flow, this can leave you feeling more sluggish, groggy, and mentally foggy after your nap rather than refreshed. On the surface, a post-meal nap might seem harmless. After all, it's a tradition in many cultures. But context matters. Napping in a seated position, like in a recliner or upright in a chair, can help reduce reflux. But flat on your back, napping immediately after eating invites trouble, especially if you're already dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, or cognitive decline. It may seem minor, but it adds up. This habit also intersects with something deeper: how we listen to our bodies. When we're younger, we could eat a sandwich, lie down, and bounce back up. But after 60, our bodies need time to adjust and recover. For example, Robert, a 74-year-old retiree from Missouri, used to take his daily nap right after lunch. He always felt tired afterward, not better. Once his doctor advised him to wait 30 to 60 minutes before lying down, and preferably sit in a chair. Instead, he noticed a surprising difference. His acid reflux nearly disappeared, and he stopped, waking up with a sore throat. He even said his mind felt clearer during the afternoon. There's also a psychological layer here. Post-meal drowsiness isn't always physical. Sometimes it reflects mental fatigue, sadness, or lack of stimulation. Many older adults who feel lonely or underengaged fall into the habit of eating and napping out of routine, not need. It becomes a cycle. Eat, nap, wake up groggy, feel less motivated to move, and repeat over time. This not only affects health, but dampens one's spirit. The takeaway: you don't need to give up naps, but pay attention to when and how you take them. Give your body the space to digest. Sit upright for a while. Maybe take a gentle walk around the house or do light chores. Then, when you do nap, you'll actually feel the benefits, because the goal isn't just to rest, it's to restore, and how you approach that makes all the difference. Number 2, napping too long. A nap can feel like the perfect midday reset, especially as we grow older and our energy starts to dip in the afternoon. But there's a tipping point where a nap shifts from being helpful to harmful. And that tipping point often lies right around the 30-minute mark. When older adults nap for too long, especially beyond an hour, it can actually lead to a phenomenon known as sleep inertia. That's the groggy, disoriented feeling you get after waking up from a deep sleep cycle. Instead of waking up refreshed, you wake up feeling sluggish, sometimes even more tired than before. But it's not just about how you feel right after the nap. Longer daytime naps, especially those that extend beyond an hour, are now being linked to more serious health concerns. According to research published in several aging and neurology journals, seniors who nap excessively during the day have a significantly higher risk of developing cognitive decline, including conditions like dementia. Why? Because long naps disrupt your body's natural sleep-wake rhythm, making it harder to fall asleep at night and stay asleep. And poor nighttime sleep is one of the strongest predictors of memory problems, mood disorders, and decreased immune function in seniors. What's often misunderstood is that the need for a long nap is sometimes a symptom, not the solution. Feeling like you must nap for 2 or 3 hours might be your body's way of telling you that something deeper is going on. Poor quality sleep at night, undiagnosed sleep apnea, depression, or even early signs of neurological changes. So instead of accepting long naps as normal, they should be viewed as a red flag, a message worth listening to. Take Irene, for example. She's 81, and for years she took daily 2-hour naps because she always felt tired. But instead of feeling better, she noticed her memory was slipping and her sleep at night became shorter and more fragmented. Her daughter encouraged her to talk to her doctor, who referred her to a sleep specialist. They discovered she had moderate sleep apnea and low vitamin D levels, 2 things she never would have guessed. Once they addressed those issues, Irene began taking shorter 20-minute naps instead. And just like that, her energy, memory, and sleep quality all started improving. The ideal nap length for seniors, according to most sleep experts, is around 20 to 30 minutes. That's just enough to recharge your brain without slipping into deeper stages of sleep that are harder to wake from. These short power naps can sharpen your mind, lower your stress, and even support heart health without messing up your sleep at night. It's also worth noting that longer naps during the day can increase feelings of isolation or restlessness, especially for those who live alone. When your nap eats up half your afternoon, you lose out on time you could have spent moving your body, connecting with others, or simply engaging your mind with something enjoyable. That time matters, especially after 65, when staying mentally active and socially connected is one of the most powerful ways to slow aging. So, if you find yourself regularly needing 2 or 3 hours in bed during the day, it's worth asking what's really behind that fatigue and what would happen if you trim that nap down to a short rest instead of a second sleep. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, napping in a reclined position for hours. There's something undeniably tempting about a cozy recliner. The soft cushions, the way it cradles your body, the comforting hum of the television in the background. For many seniors, it becomes the unofficial napping spot. But here's what most people don't realize: napping for extended periods in a recline. He'd wake up with neck pain and tingling in his hands, but brushed it off as just old age. His doctor eventually diagnosed him with cervical spine compression, partly caused by the poor neck angle he was using during his long chair naps. Once Marvin made a switch to lying flat on his bed for short naps and added a simple neck pillow. His pain eased up within a few weeks, but perhaps the most subtle danger is psychological. Napping in the living room recliner, often in front of the TV, can become more of an escape than a genuine rest. It's easy to slide into a pattern of drifting off during the day out of boredom, not true fatigue, and when that happens regularly, it signals a lack of engagement with life. It becomes a habit of retreating from the world instead of participating in it. And for seniors especially, mental stimulation, purpose, and interaction are vital to long-term well-being. So, if you find yourself falling asleep in your chair every day, take a moment to ask, am I truly resting, or am I slowly drifting into a dangerous routine? The best naps happen lying flat in a quiet and supportive space for 20 to 30 minutes. It's not about denying rest. It's about choosing the kind of rest that actually renews you, not robs you. And sometimes that simple shift from chair to bed can make all the difference. Number 4, napping too close to bedtime. You might think a nap is a nap, just a bit of shut-eye whenever you feel tired. But here's a reality many seniors don't realize until it becomes a nightly frustration. Napping too close to bedtime can seriously disrupt your sleep cycle and slowly erode your overall health. Our bodies run on an internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm. It helps regulate sleep and wake cycles by releasing hormones like melatonin to wind us down in the evening and cortisol to wake us up in the morning. But when we nap late in the day, especially within 3 or 4 hours of our regular bedtime, we confuse that rhythm. Instead of feeling naturally sleepy around 9 or 10 p.m., your body thinks it's already gotten some rest, pushing your sleep window back and making it harder to fall asleep at night. This disruption may seem small at first, perhaps just a little tossing and turning before bed, but over time, it builds. Your sleep becomes fragmented. You may wake up more during the night or feel groggy and unrested in the morning. And in seniors, Poor sleep quality doesn't just mean a cranky morning. It can lead to memory decline, increased risk of falls, higher blood pressure, and even greater chances of depression. For example, Dorothy, a 74-year-old grandmother of 5, started taking afternoon naps around 6 p.m. after dinner. She said it helped her digest and relax. But before long, she noticed she couldn't fall asleep until past midnight, and even then, her sleep was restless. Her energy during the day declined, and she began skipping morning walks she used to enjoy. Her doctor eventually helped her see that her early evening naps were the culprit. When she shifted her rest time to earlier in the afternoon around 2 p.m., she began sleeping better at night and feeling more refreshed in the morning. Late-day napping also reduces what sleep experts call sleep pressure, that natural enteral buildup of tiredness. Your brain needs to fall into a deep, restorative sleep at night. When you nap too late, you release some of that pressure, which means you're more likely to wake up frequently during the night or only enter light stages of sleep. This light sleep is less restorative, and over time it affects everything from your balance to your blood sugar levels. To stay in sync with your body's needs, experts recommend limiting naps to before 3 p.m. and keeping them short, about 20 to 30 minutes. Think of them as a gentle recharge, not a full reset. So, if you're finding it hard to sleep at night and wondering why you feel foggy in the morning, even after 8 hours in bed, ask yourself, when am I napping? The answer might be hidden in your evening routine. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Napping without adjusting the environment. Many people believe that a nap is just about closing your eyes and letting the body rest. But what they don't realize is that how you nap and where you nap can drastically affect how your body interprets that rest. Napping in the wrong environment can send mixed signals to your brain, causing it to stay on high alert rather than entering a truly restful state. You see, as we get older, our senses may dull slightly, but our brains remain surprisingly reactive to environmental cues. Noise, temperature, light, even the position of your body can all influence the quality of your nap. And here's the harsh reality. Many seniors nap with the TV still playing in the background, the curtains wide open, or while sitting upright in a chair that doesn't support their neck or spine. These may seem like harmless habits, but over time they can reduce the actual benefits of a nap and even contribute to long-term fatigue. Let's talk about light. For example, when your body is exposed to bright light, especially blue light from screens, it suppresses the release of melatonin, the hormone responsible for helping you fall asleep. So, even if your eyes are closed during a nap, light leaking through your eyelids can confuse your internal clock. The result, a nap that feels more like zoning out than rejuvenating your body. Sound is another major factor. Some seniors believe they've gotten used to background noise, but research says otherwise. Even soft, familiar sounds like TV chatter or passing cars can prevent your brain from reaching the deep stages of sleep that actually help with memory consolidation, hormone regulation, and cell repair. In other words, if your environment is noisy, you may be napping but you're not healing, And then there's posture. Lying down may not always be practical during the day, especially if you're in a communal space or living with others. But napping in an awkward position, like slouched in a stiff chair or curled up on a couch without support, can lead to poor circulation, back or neck pain, and interrupted breathing. Seniors with sleep apnea or reduced lung capacity are especially vulnerable when napping in a compressed or bent posture. A good example is George, a 77-year-old, who used to nap every afternoon in his recliner with the blinds open and the news playing in the background. He thought he was resting, but he'd often wake up groggy, irritable, and with a stiff neck. Once he was advised to shift his routine, closing the blinds, using a neck pillow, turning off the television, and playing soft instrumental music. He noticed a huge difference. His naps became shorter, more refreshing, and he no longer needed coffee afterward to wake up. The takeaway: your nap environment is just as important as the nap itself. Just like you wouldn't eat dinner standing up in a noisy hallway, you shouldn't expect a poor napping setup to give you quality rest. Creating a dedicated nap space, a quiet, dim, comfortable place with proper support, can improve everything from your mood to your immune function. This is especially vital for seniors whose sleep patterns are already fragile. As we age, our sleep architecture changes. We experience less deep sleep and are more prone to waking during the night. A poorly executed nap can tip the balance even further, making nighttime rest more elusive and leaving you caught in a cycle of shallow daytime naps and restless nights. So, don't underestimate the power of your surroundings. They can either restore you or rob you of the rest your body desperately needs. A few small changes to your nap environment can make a world of difference in how you feel, think, and move through your day. And at this stage of life, every bit of quality rest counts. Final thoughts. Do you know what surprises many people the most about aging? It's not the aches or slower steps. It's the moment you realize that how you live today quietly shapes how long and well you'll live tomorrow. When it comes to something as simple and overlooked as a nap, yes, a nap. Not some big life event. Not a complicated treatment. Just the quiet decision to rest better. The truth is, many seniors don't give their naps the attention they deserve. They think it's just a quick doze, or I've always done it this way. But small habits, when repeated daily, become powerful. They either support your longevity or chip away at it slowly, silently. And most of the time, we don't even notice until the damage is done. I want to leave you with this thought. Imagine a version of yourself who wakes up from a nap not groggy, not sore but refreshed, clear-headed, energized. That's not some fantasy reserved for the young. That's something you can create starting today, just by applying what you've learned. You deserve quality rest. You deserve to feel good after you sleep, not worse. And you have the power to make that your reality, one nap at a time. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video.